The Delhi Electricity Regulatory Commission, or the DERC, has given a partial relief to Delhiites. The board has come out with new electricity tariff slabs. An additional slab has been introduced for minimal users. Consumption of up to 200 units is to cost only 3 rupees 70 paise per unit, and consumption between 200 to 400 units is going to cost 5 rupees 50 paise per unit, while consumption above 400 units is going to cost 6 rupees 50 paisa per unit. Power tariff slabs have been restructured. That's the news that we are getting to you at this moment. Remember, Sheila Dikshit's government has been under a sustained attack, not just from Arvind Kejriwal, but also the opposition BJP in Delhi. Arvind Kejriwal went to the extent of calling her an agent for DISCOMs, for power distribution companies, saying that the power tariffs in Delhi had been randomly raised despite suggestions to the contrary. Sheila Dikshit is looking out only to benefit the power distribution companies. That was the allegation that had been made by Arvind Kejriwal and the BJP. Of course, Sheila Dikshit said she has no hand in controlling how the power tariffs go. This came after a major hike in the tariff of power in Delhi. Kartikeya Sharma joins us for more on this. This is damage control measure being put in place by the Delhi government, isn't it, Kartikeya?
Yes, there was a lot of complaint, Padmaja, which was coming from the people at large, that the prices and the rates at which the DISCOMs were charging were exorbitant, because a survey was also organized, and roughly the rates had more than doubled in past 2.5 years. Or an average household where you had 3 air conditioners, the bill was running up to 10,000 to 15,000 rupees per month. So imagine if a person is earning 80,000 rupees and if he has to pay for electricity and the bill comes to 15,000. So it means that he's paying roughly 15 to 20% of salary on the electricity bill. So this was becoming not only a cause of concern, but the Congress realized that this was a big potential election issue. In next 10 months, we will have assembly elections in Delhi. So this was a radical measure which the Delhi government had to take. But even apart from that, even if they are thinking of elections and they have taken this measure, the bottom line was that the prices were really very high, and the companies were saying that this was because of the transmission loss and theft. But then you cannot pass on the charges which a company accrues because of transmission loss and theft to law-abiding citizens who are already paying the money for the electricity they are using. So the logic was faulty, and that is why this decision has been taken.
But isn't this more of tokenism? Because if you're saying that a separate slab has been introduced for people who consume up to 400 units, a majority of the population will not even enter that slab, Kartikeya.
Yes, a majority of the population will not enter the slab, but we can say that it's a beginning. You see, the electricity is completely privatized in Delhi. If it wouldn't have been for the political pressure, it would have been, I would say, nearly impossible for any private organization to pressure these DISCOMs and use the rates.
Kartikeya, how much of this move will take the sting out of Arvind Kejriwal's protests?
I won't say that sting. Kejriwal can always say that it was because of my protest, because of the pressure I generated. The DISCOMs had to reduce the price. Now it depends who actually benefits from this decision. Ultimately, in electoral politics, the party which actually benefits is who can convince people that it was because of the pressure the decision was taken. Like, for example, if tomorrow Telangana is made, I don't think Congress can benefit. Telangana Raj Samiti would benefit. They would say that we were the one who pressurized the Congress in Delhi. So it ultimately depends on the perception. But yes, for Congress, there were alarm bells ringing for them. The prices were exorbitant, and they had to take surgical measure.
The government has made this move, and now you can bet Arvind Kejriwal and the BJP are going to be fighting over who should take credit for this move. In fact, Kartikeya, just to stay on with us for a minute, let's just update our viewers with the news that we are breaking right now. Tariff up to 400 units consumed per household has been reduced. A separate slab has been introduced for that. It is symbolic relief for people in Delhi, consumers of electricity. The DERC, the Delhi Electricity Regulatory Commission, has given a partial relief to people in the city. The board has come out with a new electricity tariff slab. An additional slab has been introduced for minimal users. Consumption up to 200 units is going to cost 3 rupees 70 paise per unit, and consumption between 200 to 400 units is going to cost 5 rupees 50 paise per unit, while consumption above 400 units is going to cost the consumer 6 rupees 50 paise per unit. Kartikeya, any reaction yet from the discoms, because they had been opposed to reducing the power tariff in any way? In fact, they said even now we are incurring losses despite the hike in the tariff of power.
I would say that, yes, Padmaja, I agree that, this is a piecemeal measure, but a larger measure can only be kicked into action once the power reforms are done. Unless and until what Power Minister got passed in the Cabinet Commission Economic Affairs, which is not only empowering the discoms, but ensuring that they get their funds and they increase the prices of tariffs of an annual basis and not in an exorbitant way. I don't think the power can be rationalized for the poor. And secondly, the basic concern, which has been highlighted again and again by the standing committees of the Assembly or the CAG reports, that the people actually end up paying more because the loss of power because of transmission and theft is so much in Delhi that those who are paying through legal connections also have to pay for those who are stealing it. And it's a very perverse logic, because companies say that they're already bleeding, they're losing money. So whom do you charge? You charge those who are already being charged at a normal price.
Okay.
So that bill gets added to your bill also.
All right, let's see what the reaction from the public is going to be. For now, thank you very much, Kartikeya Sharma.